Today we're going to be talking about moms. Moms from Denmark and moms from the USA, and maybe just how they're alike or different. Stay tuned.
Come along as my Danish husband and our 2 kids show this American what it means to live a life in Denmark. My new Danish life.
Hi there and welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Kelly and I'm an American who lives in a small town in Denmark. Today we have a guest. This is my friend Anne-Dorte, and she is going to be talking to us today about the Denmark side of being a mom. It's really kind of interesting to me because I only know it from the experience of maybe watching my mother-in-law or my sister-in-law or even people I know around me. But I think it would be really good to hear about it from an actual Danish mom. And also because it is soon to be Mother's Day, and I think this could be a nice little Mother's Day type of episode. Today we're going to be talking about a few different topics, just in general Mother's kind of thing, just to get an idea of what is acceptable, what are the feelings behind different things. But let's first get into our sponsor and share with you just what we got for Mother's Day this year. So for me, I got some of these earrings and I absolutely love their product because it's very affordable. Most products start off at $39 US and go up from there. So it's actually quite reasonable if you're getting gifts for mothers that you know. But they also are a sustainable company and they offset their emissions when they're producing their jewelry by 100%. So it's really kind of an eco-friendly and ethical company because they're trying not to harm the environment when they're producing their products. And Anne-Dorte also got some jewelry from Luisa.
Got these earrings, little dainty ones also.
I absolutely love their earrings. I mean, for me, it's something a little extra that makes you feel like no matter what you wear, you can feel a little bit dressier. So maybe even if I'm walking around in a t-shirt or whatever and some jeans, I can have some earrings in and it just kind of makes everything a little bit nicer. I mean, that's my opinion. I don't know.
It does.
But I have a little surprise because Anna Luisa sent us 3 pieces of jewelry. I'm giving the 3rd to you for Mother's Day.
Should I open now?
Yeah.
Oh, these are dangly too. Look at those.
I know she liked those, and I thought, you know what? There are 2 that she really wanted, and I thought, well, it could be fun to surprise you.
Yeah,
with an extra pair, and happy Mother's Day.
You too.
Because I think that you're a really good mom, and you're a really good friend, and I really appreciate you.
You too. I didn't get you anything.
Oh my gosh, you're here. You're here. This is my gift.
Okay.
But you know, I think it's really important for moms to support each other, and that's kind of part of this video is that, you know, I think it's good to learn from each other, so it's easier for us to know how to support each other. And I know that being a foreigner in a different country, it's very, you know, difficult for me sometimes to be alone, you know, with my Danish crew, these boys who don't know a whole lot about what moms need, so it's really important to reach out to other moms. And I think it's nice that we can connect a little bit with jewelry. For me though, Mother's Day is really special, and I know that a lot of moms feel the same way, and to make moms feel a little special, or much more special I would say, is a good thing to give them jewelry. So if you want to get a discount for this Mother's Day, look in the description below for that. I think this could be a good segue into the first topic, talking about Mother's Day in our different countries. I know that Denmark is a small country, but people are different depending on if they come from a big city or a small town. We live in a small farming community, so it's very different than a Copenhagen probably lifestyle. And I'm from a small farming community in the United States, so I'm really curious to see how similar maybe the ideas of motherhood are within the 2 countries. So I know for me specifically, when on Mother's Day, we would always celebrate it with my mother. So I have a brother and a sister, and we would always get together for lunch at like my mother's house or my sister's house, or generally not mine. I don't. I would always try to get them to come to my house, but nobody ever seemed to want to come to my house. I don't know. I think it's because my mom and my sister are always maybe the big cooks. It's not to say that I can't cook, but I think we'd be more inclined to go to a restaurant. You know, moms like to be taken out to dinner.
Yeah, they do.
During Corona, though, it's so unpredictable what you can do and where you can go. So maybe a nice takeout, but
Yeah.
But here, since I moved to Denmark, we try to spend Mother's Day with my mother-in-law a lot of times, but the other siblings don't. I don't want to get in trouble, but it feels like they don't make it a priority. It's almost kind of a, you know, it's Mother's Day, you're going to drop everything and you're going to have lunch with your mom. And because that's just how it's always been. In the US, we have a lot of things centered around moms. And I think it's because we are really good at advertising. Everything gets blown up in the US. So it's, you know, every restaurant's going to have a Mother's Day brunch.
Yeah, Mother's Day special.
I don't know. In Denmark, do you generally, I mean, is it a thing that's specific to the family, or is it something that's more of a national understanding of how it's celebrated?
It's very different what you do. In my family, we do more than my husband's family. He's more like, you know, a bouquet of flowers and that's it. We go maybe for lunch, for brunch, you do something. You do a little bit more. It's related to the family, the type of family. His family is different from mine. We do things very different, everything. So I think it's just, his mother's not really into Mother's Day. Or maybe Father's Day also. They don't really celebrate. But my mom loves to, you know, she gets a present or whatever. Yeah. Or we go out for outing, go for a nice long walk and maybe have a lunch afterwards or something.
Do you think it's very common for other families to celebrate Mother's Day?
When I look around my friends, it's very different.
Yeah.
Very different. Some do nothing. And since I'm also a mother, I think we should do something.
Right?
But, yeah, it's up to people what they want to know, but it's very different. I don't think I haven't seen anyone in Denmark go like you do. We go a little bit smaller, maybe. And I'm not saying anything, one is right, one is wrong. Yeah. But it's just, restaurants don't do Mother's Day specials. Yeah. You know? I just don't.
I don't understand that in a way. You know, I mean, I can understand Danes don't want to impose on people and make them feel that they're pressuring them in a way. Yeah. You know, they want to give them their space. But I would think that companies would I don't know, be in a different category.
We see it coming, but it's been in a long while, you know. When I was younger, there was nothing. Okay. You could buy flowers and that was pretty much it. But now you can see some restaurants picking up on, especially during Corona, because they need to get the money in. You get some specials for Mother's Day, Father's Day, whatever, those holidays. And it's, I think it's the second Sunday of May, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So it's always on a day when you can go out and you can spend time. It's not like a Wednesday. Right.
And that's the thing. It's the same in the U.S. because I know that there are different Mother's Days throughout the world, but in the U.S. it's the same as in Denmark. So
you have the time to spend with that person. Yeah. Not everybody does it. It feels weird when some years I haven't been home. I've been traveling on Mother's Day, and it's just so weird. Yeah. I think it feels like I'm abandoning her because I don't celebrate her on that day. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen my mom in 5 years on Mother's Day. Yeah. So yeah, it is difficult. But I mean, for me, it's like my favorite day of the year. I mean, I love it more than Christmas and my birthday and whatever. And it's not because I get things. I feel like it's mandatory to spend time with me. I think it's important.
Yeah. I expect them to do something for me too.
Yeah, we have to beat that thought into their brain when they're younger. It's like, oh, it's Mother's Day. I'm just gonna remind you. Yeah. I think another one that I'm really kind of curious about is the idea of like stay-at-home moms. In the U.S., it's very common for moms to be stay-at-home because sometimes it's just not that, financially making sense for them to go back to work.
No.
Because it would cost as much for the kids to go to daycare as it would for the mom to make money. So a lot of times moms stay home if you have more than one kid.
Yeah.
And I know after I had my second son, I stayed home for a year, which is what you would normally get in Denmark. But, in the U.S., it's not like that. So I had to choose to stay home. And I had 2 kids I was taking care of. So, some people see it as a luxury, like a luxury that not everybody's able to do because everybody feels that we have to work. But there are so many moms who do it. And
stay-at-home mom is also work.
It is very much work, yeah.
It is.
But I think that when I moved to Denmark, it was really the idea of put your kids in daycare as soon as possible, even though I wasn't working and I was home and I could just be home with them. And they were both daycare age, so it wasn't kind of like they were missing out on school or anything.
No.
But I felt kind of the pressure to put them into daycare, even though I was home.
Yeah.
Because of that, this is what's expected of me.
Yeah.
But of course, I also wanted them to learn the language fast.
Exactly.
And that was the choice that we made because that was the easiest way for them to learn the language.
It makes sense for them to get into the community.
Yes.
Yeah.
It did. But I mean, I feel like if I was Danish, I might have still had that pressure to put my kids in daycare because that would have pressed me more to go and look for a job.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, what are the ideas behind being a stay-at-home mom in Denmark? I mean, is it accepted or is it pushed more for women to get a job?
I think it's coming along to be accepted. But I think in Denmark, a lot of people think it's a luxury. Then you need a husband that makes big bucks to stay at home. Because then you don't have any, you don't make any money.
Yeah.
But then you're saving on, if it's daycare. You're saving on daycare.
Yeah.
So I think as long as the kids are below school age, it's more accepted. Or maybe not accepted, but people do it more.
Yeah.
And when they come along to school age, then I think a lot of moms are looking for jobs. I stayed home for about a year with the both of them, and I enjoyed it, but I was also a bit bored.
Yeah. Well, when I stayed home, I was actually a part of a mom's group. Yeah. So when I took the year off, my oldest was 2.5, almost 3, and then my youngest obviously was just born. And while I was still pregnant, I was looking for a mom's group. And this is something that I did on Meetup, on the app, just by myself. And I had asked around to some other people, and they said that they had been in a mom's group. And so I had joined that a mom's group in my town. And it was really great because the moms would get together, like once or twice a month. We would go out to dinner. We would have different things without the kids. And then we would meet maybe once or twice a week during the day to have different play dates. We'd meet at a park. We would meet at somebody's house. We would do like cookie baking and decorating with the kids. And all the kids were 2 and 3 years old mostly. Okay. So it was perfect for me because everybody was the same age as my oldest son. And there was, the occasional person with a child who was a year younger or somebody who had just had a baby or something. Yeah. But the majority of them, all the kids were like toddlers. And so it was fantastic because all the kids got to play with each other, Yeah. And I don't know. To me, from what I've heard about moms groups here, it's very different than that.
It is.
So what is that about?
When I had the first one, it was the midwife who put together the mom's group, and we were usually 3 or 4 months apart, having the babies. So they were pretty much the same age. And she just pointed out, well, you're having a baby this month, and this, and this, and this, and then you fit together. If you were in the same, around the town. Yeah. And then we met up at the midwives the first time, and then I think it was about once a month, going to each other's houses. And that was about it.
And what'd you do? Just sit and talk?
Or? We'd just sit around and have kind of a brunch thing or whatever. You're not expected to put on a spread.
No.
But, most people did.
Okay.
And the kids would play or sleep or whatever age they were.
Yeah.
But we didn't get together, like you said, once or twice a week. One mom's group was with my neighbor, so we got together a lot.
Yeah.
Going for long walks, going for hours. We didn't have anything, just one kid.
Yeah.
And then we had a lot of time to just walk around. It was the summertime. But we don't get together for play dates,
No.
as you mentioned. We tried to do it, maybe just with one or two, and then you just did it privately. It wasn't the whole group, because we would be maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7, and then you would get along with maybe one or two, really great, and then you would go ask them, oh, can we have a play date?
I think that's really interesting because a lot of the people that I've talked to who live here, yeah, they have that 1 year really of that mom's group, and then that's it. So, you know, like if you have little kids that are like 2 and 3 and you're like, well, geez, it would be nice to have someone for them to play with, you know?
Exactly.
Then it's like, where do you go?
Yeah.
But I think that if a lot of moms are working and the kids are in daycare, then you end up meeting the other moms of the kids in daycare. And sometimes it works out like that.
Sometimes you form friendships. Especially, we live in a very small town outside this small town. And everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much you say hi if you meet somebody at the door, picking up your kid. It's not expected to form a friendship from this. I don't know if it's like this all over Denmark, but that's what I've seen. Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad that's not the case here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we met, I think, at like a parent meeting. I think it was
the first parent meeting when you had just moved here.
Yeah, I had just moved here, so I really didn't know any Danish. And so I was just, you know, I went and I thought, well, maybe somebody will be able to speak English or something will happen, or I'll just sit there and they can get used to my face. I don't know. But it was really nice, you know, having
I kind of singled you out.
Yeah. I also wanted to talk about mom shaming because in the U.S. it's kind of a big thing to, I don't want to say shame moms for their choices, but yeah, really that's what it is. And be like very judgmental.
That's what it turns out to be. I'm not sure everybody thinks of it when they do it.
Yeah.
But that's what the outcome is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, a lot of people, I think a lot of people are very insecure. And I know that I was really insecure as a young mom. And you always want to make sure that you're doing everything the right way.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think like as moms, a lot of times in the U.S., it's very quick to judge other moms.
Yeah.
And I feel like it happens way too often.
Yeah.
And instead of kind of supporting them and saying, you know what, I understand, I've been there. You know, we like have this term where we have, you know, women who are called Karen.
Yeah.
Because they want everything done a certain way and they're all high and mighty. We have those Karens in the mom world and...
They live here too.
They live here too? Okay.
I do.
Because I don't feel like I've been judged. When I first moved here, maybe it was like the language barrier but, you know, I had said in another video where I feel like you can go out to the store and you can kind of look however you want to look and people don't judge you. And I mean, I remember I was going through depression and I didn't do anything. I didn't work and whatever. And I went to my kids and I could just feel that I looked like crap.
Okay.
You know, I could just, like, I didn't have any makeup on. My hair was just, like, not done. I was probably in my pajamas, you know, or, like, workout clothes or something.
You can do that in Denmark.
Yeah, you know what? It's like my internship. I'm the only one who's not in yoga pants.
Oh.
And I'm just like, I mean, I wear a dress shirt every day. You know, I wear jeans, but I don't know. It's just a really weird thing. But that's beside the point. They're not mothers, you know. They're just...
I have a colleague that does the same.
I just think it's weird. I feel like you dress for the job you want, but okay.
Yeah.
But, you know, I feel like I can do whatever, and I like picking up my kids, and I don't feel like they look down at me because of the way that I look, you know? Or maybe sometimes, you know, I don't want to say I yell at my kids a lot, but I have 2 boys.
Yeah.
And it feels like I yell at them a lot because they're always doing something. Like, I mean, it's a fist fight or somebody slamming a door because somebody else made them mad. I mean, maybe it happens with boys and girls, but my boys are like vicious. And I'm constantly, you know, I don't know, like somebody's running through the house or chasing him and, oh, mom, he's got a knife, or, you know what I mean? It's just like, what is going on? You know, oh, he took my candy, or I wanted to play with the ball. You know what I mean? It's like the craziest, smallest things. And I'm like, what?
Why? But why?
But I'm wondering, like if people, you know, have judged me and I'm just not paying much attention because I've yelled at my kids like, oh my God, would you just knock it off? Because I'm loud, you know, and I think Americans in general are kind of loud. You know, like my kid was walking away from the soccer field, you know, and I'm coming like from the parking lot because it's Corona times and we're not really all down there and everything. No. But he doesn't have his water bottle. He doesn't have his coat. Doesn't have his bag. And I go, go get your stuff. And then these other moms are looking at me smiling. And I don't know if I've like, you know, I don't know, made them feel uncomfortable, or if they're like, oh my God, she's yelling again, or you know what I mean? But nobody says anything. That's the thing. Nobody says anything. So I don't feel the mom shame, but I don't know. Do you think
did when my kids were younger. As it turned out, she had a diagnosis. So that was kind of the explanation. But I was the one yelling at my kid to behave. Mm. And one mom actually followed me out to the car and said, oh, you did that a little loud, you know.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, you don't know me well enough to really put in your piece on this one.
Wow.
And I think that sometimes that happens.
Okay.
Because you get judged by what they see in the moment.
Yeah.
And they don't have the full picture.
Yeah, that's definitely the scene where the kid is throwing a tantrum in the grocery store. You
Yeah.
know, and then you pick them up and then you get out of there, you know, and it's just like, I don't, you know, you never know, but seriously, there's so much that could be going on with that kid.
Yeah.
And that mom, it could be her breaking point, you know,
Exactly.
or she's dealt with 25 issues like that in the last hour or something.
Exactly. And I think that happens. I'm not sure if it's really mom shaming. It's more like people getting in your business when they shouldn't.
Mm. I guess that's, you know, on a small scale.
Yeah, it probably is. And I think it's because some people think they know better.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just do like this?
Yeah.
Well, you don't know that I've been trying to do like this 20 times.
Yeah.
In the past hour.
Right.
And it didn't work. So now I'm doing something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know that everybody has their own way of like raising their kids. Like for me, it's most definitely, you know, like I don't let my kids drink cola, you know? And I mean, there's like so many things that I feel that, oh, she's the overprotective American mom. She's not letting her kids do certain things. And I'm like, well, tell me where it's, you know, nutritionist or nutritional value for him to be drinking cola, and then I'll let him do it. You know what I mean? It's like, you know.
But it's your choice.
Right. Yeah. So when my 4-year-old went to a birthday party, you know, and he's like, I had cola today, Mom. And I'm like, ugh. You know, and every time he went somewhere after that, I said, okay, have a good time. He's not allowed to drink cola, you know? But it's like, I'm not telling other parents your kids shouldn't be drinking cola.
No.
Like on Facebook, it's so quick to judge people.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, I took my kids to go see this very violent movie. And I'm thinking, oh my God, you know, he's 6 years old, you know?
But you know your kid better.
Exactly.
So maybe it can be okay for this 6-year-old, but not this other one.
Yeah, that's most definitely what it has to be, because I know for me, I have a friend who has 2 boys, and I keep thinking, oh, I would love to, you know, take them to see a superhero movie.
Yeah.
But, you know, even at 8 years old, not ready.
No.
And it's not my choice, it's his choice, you know? But I don't want them to feel pressured to do things that the other kids do, you know, or to feel that they have to have certain things. And so I've just tried to really take a step back, because I know that I'm really quick to judge other people, but I have to just be very slow to respond.
Yeah.
You know, because
I think everybody needs to learn a little bit about slow to respond.
Yeah.
Just let it get in your mind, think about it again.
Yeah,
and react.
And seriously, it's like how is it that it's affecting me?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the fact that your kid drinks cola and goes to superhero movies when they're 6, that doesn't, you know, impact me. A lot of times when my kids are saying, well, Mom, you know, we know kids who get to play on their iPads every single day, And it's always my response, well, I'm not their mother, you know?
Uh-oh.
And it's not my choice what their parents tell them to do. So I think that's something I know I have to work on, but I just feel that I don't get that as much in Denmark. But I don't feel that in Denmark they're as confrontational as maybe they are in the US. Like, I feel like we're always ready for a fight. I know
On
me.
Facebook, people will take the confrontation because you can just sit at home and write, and you will say pretty much whatever. Because you're not face to face.
True.
Yeah. Face to face people pretty much never say anything. They might give you a look.
Yeah.
And then you can interpret what you think they would have said. but that's about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think it's better just to get it out.
Yeah, I think I get a lot of smiles, so I almost really wonder what people are thinking. You know, kind of like, oh, there she goes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, my kids are happy, healthy, and I don't know, not jerks to the other kids as far as I know. I mean,
I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard anything either. Well, that is our mom episode for this video, and I want to thank Anne-Dorte for coming and giving her opinions on what mom life is like in Denmark.
You're welcome.
And again, thank you to Luisa for our earrings for this video and making our Mother's Day a little special.
Yeah.
Again, if you want to get some earrings for someone or jewelry of any kind from Luisa, check out their website. In the link in the description below, you can get 15% off of your jewelry. If you order by May 5th, if you live in the United States, you can get your product before Mother's Day. And if you order before May 3rd, you can get it internationally before Mother's Day. And the code will get you the 15% off. So thanks again to Luisa. Thank you for coming along in this video and learning a little bit about moms in 2 different countries and how we're the same and different. And I hope to see you again in another video. And as always, take care.
Bye.